Donald Trump wins, I'm going to be out of the country.
I will move to Spain.
But I'd be coming to your country if you'll let me in, or Canada.
Listen, if he wins, he won't have to worry about immigration. Well, I'll go back.
Where would you go? Canada.
I'm 100% moving to Canada. I love Canada.
I'd be an expatriate. I would definitely move.
Trump win, I'm moving to Africa.
If any Republican gets nominated, I'm going to move to Canada with my entire family.
Maybe it's time for me to move.
I'm reserving my ticket to get out of here if he wins.
I have a house in Spain that is going to be ready right after the election.
Panama, Siberia,
Nova Scotia.
I'm definitely moving to Canada.
Straight to hell. Iceland, France.
Asia's pretty cool.
Like a mental hospital for a while.
I would move to the Caribbean.
The Bahamas, Hawaii.
I've always wanted to live in Italy.
Pretty sure the government doesn't want you to know this, because if they did, they'd be talking about it.
Yes, and if you check, you will realize some of these people who put out these videos, especially these woke Hollywood celebrities, they are still there. It is insane to actually see them roaming around. I know they are feeling ashamed after these videos are going viral on social media. The new thing Libras are melting down is Trump tariff. They now say, oh, prices of things will go up if Trump places tariff on things coming from Canada and Mexico. I've seen a lot of videos pertaining to that. I don't know if you've seen some of these videos. I'm going to show you exactly what is going on. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm. If you share out this video, it is important for the growth of this channel.
Trump said that on his first day in office. He's planning to issue an executive order will call for a 25% tax on all products that enter the country from Mexico and Canada, and a 10% additional tariff on products from China. Everyone who knows anything about economics believes these tariffs to be a terrible idea. Some say this is the dumbest thing he's come up with since Don Jr.
Pretty sure the government doesn't want you to know this, because if they did, they'd be talking about it. Did you know that according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, over 1,200 terror suspects have attempted to cross from Canada into the U.S. in just the last 4 years alone? In 2023, the number surged from 54% to 484%, which is 6 times higher than the crossing in the southern border for the U.S., aka Mexico. And one of the biggest problems I have as a Canadian taxpayer is how on earth are 1,200 plus people on the United States terror suspect list, but not on ours? And they were flown into our country, granted visas, some of them even permanent citizenship or residency, and they're not on our watch list. You can have immigration all you want, but you should probably know who's coming into your own country.
Thank you. You have seen Jimmy crying there because of tariff, because of copyright issues. I don't want to play that video, or he is complaining. Putting out a lot of videos trying to contradict what a lot of people have accepted that this is a good idea. Trump came out with this, and we have seen the reactions of Justin Trudeau. And there is one person that is extremely concerned about this visit. If you have not seen this video, first take a look at this.
The question about the meeting, look, I just felt, well, while I'm a critic of Mr. Trudeau's, I did feel badly that he went in with such a position of weakness. Normally when a prime minister goes to the United States to meet a president, they're looking to make gains. What gains did we hear from Mr. Trudeau? None. He's just trying to limit losses. Did he come back saying we're going to get an exemption to Buy America, like Harper achieved from Bush? No, Buy America is still in place. Did he say we're going to get an end to the softwood lumber tariffs, like Prime Minister Harper got from President Bush? No, not only are they still in place, Biden just doubled them. All Justin Trudeau offers is minimizing losses. And this is the consequence of having a weak prime minister who's lost control of our borders, lost control of immigration, lost control of crime and drugs, and lost control of our economy. And Canadians are paying a dreadful price for everything that Justin Trudeau has broken. And we need a strong Prime Minister who has the brains and backbone to put Canada first and to fight for our workers and our security.
Yes, for people to care about the consequences of allowing some of these people to enter into your country, they are more concerned about tariff. Like if Trump put out this tariff into these countries, prices of goods, inflation, they don't care about the consequence of that. A lot of people have died as a result of illegal immigrations, and it still continues. It is insane when I see someone talking about high prices. You should first think about your security before any of this. If you have security, you can then look at the prices of goods. I've seen a lot of liberals struggling to criticize this Trump decision to do this over and over. Brian Taylor did a video which I saw to be insane.
If you are looking for a masterclass in Trump overplaying his hand before it's technically even dealt, you don't have to look further than the disaster that is his impending trade war. So just days ago, he announced on Truth Social that he would impose a 25% tariff on both Canada and Mexico on day one of his administration, which, quote, would remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country. That announcement was met with just a little bit more resistance than Trump had anticipated, with both Mexico and Canada expressing pushback and even teasing the prospect of reciprocal tariffs. Turns out that Canada just took it a step further, as Canadian politicians are now not only humoring the notion of a trade war, but gearing up for one. According to reporting, other members of Canada's parliament are calling on Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to ready a war room for the coming battle over tariffs with the United States. Quote, "The only thing a bully responds to is strength, so where's our plan to fight back? Where is the war room?" Where is the war room is generally not the tone you want to strike with one of your closest allies and top trading partners before your administration even takes office. Just, for starters. In fact, members of Canada's Liberal and Conservative parties are debating ways that Trudeau could promote a Canada First policy. In other words, thanks to Trump, now one of our allies with whom we do over $900 billion per year in trade is considering an isolationist policy. Do you think that helps or hurts us here in the United States? Do you think Canada retreating to isolationism in response to Trump's trade war threats is going to make trade easier or more difficult between these two countries? I mean, I'm certainly no genius who wrote The Art of the Deal, but this seems to be shaping up to be a pretty shitty deal. And it's not going much better with our neighbor to the south. Trump took to Truth Social, writing, "Just had a wonderful conversation with the new president of Mexico."
These are people who praise what Biden did about the border, allowing people to be entering here and there. He is here criticizing Trump's decision to do this. From this clip, have you seen him talk about the border or about his security? Let me not talk about your security. He's not talking about that. All what he cares about is criticizing Trump. I understand that is what they are getting up to do throughout. Trudeau went there, saw Trump, had dinner, discussed a lot, partaking to this, and both parties appreciated the meeting. He is here talking nonsense. Trade war. What war is he talking about?
So you're out there driving around in your F-150 bucks left in your bank account, honking and shouting shit about owning the libs, blaring country music and letting your 3 American flags on your back gate get ripped to absolute shreds by wind and weather because you finally stuck it to the elites by electing a billionaire who has just tasked 2 other billionaires with taking shit you rely on away so that they can make more billions.
States.
Canada was put on notice. Mexico was put on notice.
It was an excellent conversation.
How are you talking about
Why haven't they done it? They broke the border.
Anybody else think it's funny how Donald Trump has officially done more for Canada and he's not even in office yet?
Had a good call with Donald Trump last night again.
Trudeau is at the end of his time.
The Prime Minister dances while Montreal burns.
Max officers, and the Prime Minister was nowhere to be found.
Justin Trudeau tweeted to Taylor Swift asking her to add a stop of her Eras tour in Canada.
Have a nice Sunday.
Doing this. That's what she did.
NBC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House.
And Donald Trump will be our next president.
Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
You know what? Donald Trump likes my music.
Please register to vote.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
Got Taylor Swift.
And to my husband, who's been my rock, because I haven't been able to come to many of the previews because, as you know, I've lost my eyesight.